my next pick here, Evil Dead Burn, probably the franchise you would have the hardest time watching.
Oh, great.
Bloody, violent, and torturing you.
That's a bummer. I think so.
Next movie on the list.
Okay. Woohoo. Sense and Sensibility. All right.
The contrast between evil. Welcome to Black Cat. I'm Tony. That's Samra. And today we're going over our top 10 most anticipated movies of 2026. Now, I decided that we're going to do this in a draft format, really for no reason in particular. I just think that it's fun doing it that way. There's only two of us, so when you do a draft with just two people, it's, not as exciting as if you have a group. But I just thought it would be fun to do it this way. And then it has us pick 10 movies. So we're each going to be picking 5. We cannot pick the same movie. Once I actually sat down and did my list, I realized that there might not be too much overlap between the 10 movies that we pick. The top 2 we're going to be fighting for, but really I think we'll be happy with either one that we get. And we didn't decide who was going to get the top pick in this, so we can flip a coin right now. I'm going to flip a bottle cap very quickly. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
This way I get the first pick. Top.
Okay.
Bottom is you. I get the first pick.
All right.
Rules for this, there's not really any rules. We are picking from any movie that has been announced to come out in 2026. We are recording this at the very end of January, so The Bone Temple, if you were really hyped for Mercy with Chris Pratt, you can't pick that. Yeah. You can't pick those movies. Only movies that are coming out in 2026. And obviously, if a movie gets delayed, that's outside of our control. So I got the first pick here. I'm going to go ahead and take what was very predictable. Anyone who knows me. I'm going with Dune Part 3, a.k.a.
Really?
Dune Messiah. It's got to be. It's got to be. Now, I'm on record saying that I think Dune Part 2 is one of the best movies of the decade. It's one of my personal favorite movies of all time already, even though it's only been out for a year. I absolutely adore that movie. I think that it should have been a real contender for Best Picture last year. I know that it got nominated, but it never really felt like it had a chance of winning. People just kind of forgot about Dune. And I haven't. I think this is the best movie of 2024, absolutely. And if they pull off Dune Part 3, if Denis Villeneuve pulls this off, it could be the greatest trilogy of all time. It would be in that discussion for me, because Part 1, I understand that not everyone loves Part 1, Samra included.
It's boring. I'm sorry. No offense.
So this is what people say about it. And I just wanted to say that I was late to Dune. So I watched Dune Part 1, like after Dune Part 2 was already in theaters.
Fake fan. No, I'm kidding.
One could argue that I'm a bandwagon Paul Atreides fan. I was not Stilgar day one believer. I was one of the late people to get brought over to Timmy's side. But this was the first Timothee Chalamet movie I'd ever seen. And anyways, long story short, I had heard that Dune Part 2 was amazing. So I was like, let me go check out Dune Part 1. Heard that it was boring. Watched it with low expectations and was blown away. I thought it was so good. And then Part 2 was even better. I think Part 1 is actually better if you go back and rewatch it after seeing Part 2, understanding where the story is going to go. I have no idea where Part 3 goes. I haven't read the book. I deliberately chose not to read Messiah because I wanted to be surprised by the movie when it came out. But to wrap up my thoughts on this, I mean, Dune Part 3 is a movie that everyone's pretty hyped for. I'm not the only one. Right now, you got Timothée Chalamet in a flow state. Right?
Oh, yes.
He's in a flow state. He's on like a generational run of movies. So basically any movie he's going to be in, you got to watch just off the merit alone. Denis Villeneuve, one of the best directors working today. An amazing cast featuring Robert Pattinson and a bunch of returning people from the previous two movies.
Zendaya, Florence Pugh, let's go.
Can't go wrong. No. Javier Bardem and Hans Zimmer on the score. So,
that's right.
What more could you really ask for? It has to be a banger. Yeah. And so Dune Part 3 is the number 1 overall pick. That takes us to number 2, Samra. Where are you going with this?
Okay, wait. So, I think I know where this is going. Yes. So, number 2. Well, this is also on par for me. Comes at no surprise. The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which, I mean, after Oppenheimer, Interstellar, The Dark Knight, the man is a genius. So this, again, is no surprise. Now, will it beat my current favorite adaptation of The Odyssey, the one and only Oh Brother, Where Art Thou by the Coen brothers? We shall see.
Yes.
But right now, based off of the trailers, the cast, Travis Scott, which was also a surprise.
Yeah, that was
I kind of forgot about that, but yeah, I mean,
I guess we'll see what he's up to.
Yeah, we'll see how all that plays out. But I mean, it just looks incredible based off of the couple of trailers that we got already, and so I'm excited. I can't wait to go opening night.
Yeah,
hopefully, yeah.
I mean, it's Christopher Nolan, your boy, my boy,
yeah,
our boy. Everyone loves. Most people love Christopher Nolan. I won't say everyone because he does have any famous person is going to have a collection of haters, but they're wrong in this case. Nolan is basically all hits, no misses. I will say I'm very excited about it. This would have been my number 2 pick if I had a choice. I knew that Dune and the Odyssey would be taken 1 and 2 off the board regardless of who went first. And so you can't really go wrong here. It's a classic story, a huge ensemble cast. I'm a big Matt Damon fan. We just watched Good Will Hunting recently.
Incredible. I wish I had watched it earlier, but I'm glad we got to see it together. So
incredible film, great Matt Damon performance. I also just watched the Talented Mr. Ripley for the first time. So I've been like in a Matt Damon groove getting ready for the Odyssey, and it has all the makings of a hit. We will be there day one. Hopefully in 70 millimeter if Phoenix Theaters in North Olmsted gets their shit together and releases that. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say about the Odyssey other than who's doing the score for that. There is one more.
I was just about to say. I think
your other boy,
my other boy, Ludwig, which I hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
Ludwig. I'm not sure.
The one with the beautiful hair. I think he's coming back. I hope so because Hans is busy with Dune. So that's just gonna be beautiful. I know it already. Can you hear the music? Part 2,
yeah,
or 3, I guess, after Sinners with.
He's in a flow state too. He's been in a flow state. So really, both of these movies, it's going to be a spectacle. 2 of the best directors alive, great cast, classic stories. We're really eating this year, assuming that both of these movies are going to be good, which it feels like a safe bet.
Yes.
Moving into the number 3 overall pick and my second pick. Now, this is going to be on brand for me, and this is where I think our lists are going to start to diverge a little bit. I'm going with Resident Evil. Zach Cregger's Resident Evil.
Okay.
Now,
I forgot Zach Cregger's doing that. Okay, yes.
Zach Cregger. So you've never seen a Resident Evil movie, I would imagine?
Nope.
Never seen them. There's, I believe, 8 Resident Evil movies.
8?
And I'm not sure if there's a good one yet.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Sure. There are movies that are very fun. There are movies that I have nostalgia for. There's zombie movies. Like, I'm not saying that they're all awful, but I don't know if we have one that's like, yeah, that was a really good movie that stands alone outside of just being a Resident Evil movie. Now, the problem with this franchise, and I'll make this quick because I had a lot of notes on Resident Evil. The problem with this movie franchise is that they haven't had a movie that's truly felt like the games. And then the one time that they did in Welcome to Raccoon City, it felt like the games, but it was just not a very good movie. Oh. And so we haven't really had a hit in this franchise yet. And I have always loved the Resident Evil franchise. I've loved the games. I would love to see it get a translation to the big screen. And now Zach Cregger has already said in interviews that this is going to be a standalone story. It is not directly tied to any of the characters, any of the previous games. But my whole thing here is that he said he's a fan of the game franchise, and he wants to make a movie for the fans of the games. It's not going to be a direct story from any of the games, but he wants to make one that the fans of the games will appreciate. And I think you can do that. I don't think a Resident Evil movie needs to follow closely the story of Resident Evil 4 or anything like that. I think you can innovate and take it in a different direction and still have it be good. Because if you think about it, I know you haven't played the games either, but anyone who has played Resident Evil will get what I'm about to say. Resident Evil, the original, Resident Evil 4, and Resident Evil 7, all completely different vibes, completely different, almost different genres of games. So if the games can innovate, why can't the movies? Is basically the point that I'm trying to say there. Yeah. And then my last point here is that when you think about what makes Resident Evil, when it's at its best, it gives you this truly chaotic, unpredictable experience where there's twists, there's turns, there's horror, there's comedy, there's cheesiness, it's over the top. All of those things sound exactly like Zach Cregger at his best. He thrives at the sudden tone shifts. I think he does all of the horror and the comedy perfectly. We've seen it in Weapons. We've seen it in Barbarian. This sounds like the type of franchise that Zach Cregger's perfect for. And so I'm 9 months pregnant. Let's do it. I'm fully. I'm Cregger for Creggers. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm really
Beautiful
excited
quote.
though. And last thing that I'll say is, because this franchise has had so many misses, I'm really hoping that they get a hit, because if they reboot it again and it's a flop, even Zach Cregger can't save it. Probably the end of the road for Resident Evil on the big screen, at least. So.
Hopefully that's not the case.
Yeah.
Beautiful quotes, by the way. Those were just incredible.
Need
to get
Appreciate
those framed. So great one. Great ones.
We are now on the 4th overall pick. Samra second.
Overall. Okay. Well, technically my third.
Well, this is your second pick, yeah.
I know how to do math. I promise. Okay, so everyone in my life knows this about me. I'm not a big horror girly, not my cup of tea, but somebody who is my cup of tea is Robert Eggers, and he is coming out with Werewolf. I think that's how you pronounce it. I know it's like that interesting spelling.
Werewolf.
Werewolf. You know, yes.
It's a period piece horror from. Who would have expected him to make another one?
So surprising, you know. But yeah, no, I mean, Robert Eggers, since The Witch, I'll never forget. I thought, oh, okay, I can handle this movie. I'll just watch it alone in my room at night with no lights on. Grave mistake, but that movie has not left my mind since I watched it, however many years ago. And he's just, I mean, The Lighthouse, I think that's my least favorite, but it was still a banger in my opinion. Yeah. I really liked the atmosphere in that movie, and just, I mean, Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, incredible together. And Nosferatu was an experience, seeing that, you know, in theaters, just incredible all around cinematography, everything. And all that to say, I believe in Werewolf, Lily Rose Depp is coming back.
Yes, yep.
And based off of the set photos that I've seen, I mean, just costumes, makeup, everything looks incredible already. Aaron Taylor Johnson as the werewolf.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
We could talk about Aaron Taylor Johnson very quickly, because I feel like he is a weirdly polarizing actor for some reason.
He is, yes. I remember when Nosferatu came out, a lot of people were like, oh, he sucks.
There are people who hate him, then there are people who love him. And I feel like I'm in the minority where I'm just like, he's solid. He's all right.
He's solid.
He's cool. He's cool.
I will clarify, in our previous video about the Bone Temple, I know I had some harsh feelings.
Well, yeah,
I should clarify, it's the character, not the actor. And I believe Willem Dafoe is also coming back for Werewolf.
Yeah,
Werewolf,
well, he's Eggers' muse at this point. He's just in every film. So, and I appreciate it. I'll be there.
No complaints. So, I'm excited. I think it's coming out around, November, December time.
Yeah.
Perfect, right? As the cold weather comes in, and it's going to be eerie, dark. Yeah. I can't wait. Wait.
I think you said it right there. I think Eggers is like the king of eerie to me right now. He's the king of creepy. All of his films are these like slow burn, unsettling, kind of creeping into every fiber of the film. And for some people that doesn't work because they don't like the slow burn stuff. They think what's the term? I'm just blanking on it. The elevated horror. People are like, they can't stand it. It's pretentious or whatever. And I get that to a degree, but at the same time, I sit down and I watch a movie like Nosferatu, and I'm like, if you engage with it in good faith, it's really good filmmaking from a technical standpoint. And I think it's genuinely a very enjoyable film to watch. It's sick, it's twisted, but it's great.
I'll eat it up.
Yeah,
all of those movies.
Agreed. Speaking of sick and twisted,
oh my gosh!
So I'm moving into the 5th overall pick, my 3rd pick, and this top 3 for me was pretty locked in. Okay. So I would have had, I guess I would say top 4, because Dune and the Odyssey, which I didn't get to pick the Odyssey, but Dune, the Odyssey, Resident Evil, and then now my next pick here, Evil Dead Burn. This top 4 here was pretty solidified for me.
Okay, yeah.
The next, movies that we'll talk about, you could have put a bunch of different orders, but Evil Dead Burn, keep it simple. There's a new Evil Dead movie coming out. I'm going to see it. This is one
next.
We could keep it that simple, but trust me, I know I said I was going to keep it sweet and short, but I have a lot of notes here too. So this is just one of the wackiest and best franchises in horror history. There has not been a bad Evil Dead movie yet. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are legends in my book. And the latest entry, even just the title, this upcoming entry, I mean, the title, Evil Dead Burn. That's like, whoa. Well, what are we getting up to?
It's hardcore.
What are we getting up to here? And so, from what I've read about this movie, And the people who have seen early screenings of it, it's getting very good reviews. They said that the director said he wanted to use as many practical effects as possible. He said that it's the least bloody Evil Dead movie,
Oh,
but the most violent.
oh, never mind. I was like, maybe I could go see it. No.
Least bloody, most violent. And one thing that the director said, which I thought was really interesting, is that he wants to pay homage to the franchise and the lore, but he also said, and this is what I thought was really interesting, that in order to respect a franchise, you have to transform it. So that to me signals that he might do something different with this franchise. He might expand the lore and take a step outside of the box, which is what Evil Dead kind of always was. The last 2 Evil Dead movies, and you've seen an Evil Dead movie. You saw Army of Darkness.
Oh, with the incredible effects.
Yes, with the skeletons.
The skeletons,
yes.
Like,
yeah.
What a time. What a movie.
That is like, the thing is, one could say that's the least Evil Dead feeling movie. Someone else could say that is the most Evil Dead movie. Okay. It's strange. It's a really strange franchise. And I mentioned that because the last 2 movies that have come out have been kind of standalone, just solo stories.
Okay.
And both movies have been very straightforward. The Evil Dead 2013 is just cabin in the woods. They read a creepy book. Demons attack them. Ooh. Evil Dead Rise, the last movie that came out, same exact thing, but it takes place in an apartment. Both really good movies, but kind of just the same story that we saw in Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
I'm hoping that Evil Dead Burn, I'm not expecting Army of Darkness to be just a screwball comedy, but I want it to, don't play it safe. Let's get crazy again. Let's get wild. And so that's what I'm looking for. And yeah, we got, at this point, the last 2 movies have been hits. It took them a long time to come out with the last 2 movies, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that they're already, they have the next Evil Dead film is already in their minds. It's already cleared to be made after this, I believe. I love to
hear that. I love when directors and writers say that. Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think that's true. And if it is true, we got hits under our belt. Let's get crazy. We got the next movie already locked in. I really hope that they take it in an interesting new direction.
Can I admit something? Can I be completely honest with you? My brain, for some reason, always confuses Resident Evil with
Evil Dead.
With Evil Dead.
Fair
I don't know why. I get the 2 mixed up. And
the evil part.
This is also helpful for me because I can, distinguish them now. Yeah. So that's nice.
Last thing on Evil Dead, just to tie this into you.
To me, okay.
I think outside of maybe like the Saw franchise, probably the franchise you would have the hardest time watching.
Oh, great. Really?
It's very bloody, violent. Like the Deadites are just, they're some nasty little things, and they just thrive off of chaos and torturing you.
That's a bummer. Well,
yeah. So I don't know if you'll see this one in theaters with me, but I will be there one way or the other.
Yeah.
Moving on to pick number 6. It is your, it's your 3rd pick, I think.
I think so.
Next movie on the list.
Okay. Woo-hoo. Sense and Sensibility. All right.
The contrast between Evil Dead Burn and, is this a Jane Austen?
It is a Jane Austen
adaptation.
Yes. So I will be honest. I have not watched I think it's the 1995 adaptation, the older one. But the second I saw my girl Daisy Edgar Jones post a selfie holding the book, I knew that I was locked in from that moment.
The book of the dead?
No, not
okay.
But yeah, the second I saw that, I was like, okay, let's go. I mean, I'm biased. I love Daisy Edgar Jones. Anything that she's in, I'm going to be seated. I'm going to be watching. And so I'm just really excited to see, I want to watch the older adaptation first. And I also want to read the book too, before this comes out. But I mean, you can't go wrong with Jane Austen. So far, all the adaptations I watched of Jane Austen's works have been incredible. So knock on wood. Hopefully this one, I'm sure it's going to be
Which one's your favorite? Favorite Jane Austen adaptation?
Oh, that's so hard. Okay, okay, I'm going to this is hard.
Yeah.
Emma.
Ask some hitting questions.
2020, I think, with Anya Taylor-Joy.
Okay. I haven't seen this, but I've heard of it.
And Josh O'Connor.
Oh, I didn't know he was in that.
I think that's the first movie that I watched him in. Phenomenal. It's so good. It just cheers you up so quickly, and the acting's incredible. It's just, the humor's just really great. And the score is also one of my favorite scores of all time. You know, they
Yeah.
kind of combine. I'm going into a tangent about Emma, but
No,
they
I
combine
asked you.
opera and, you know, classical music. And I will say, I'm so sorry to this set designer person. I think her name is Autumn DeWilde. I'm
Calling
sorry.
her out by name. You could have just said the set designer.
No, I want to praise her.
Oh.
That's why I want to name her.
Oh, that's why you said. Okay, I thought you were
Yes.
about to be like, she sucks.
No,
Yeah.
she
Okay,
is
sorry. Yeah.
incredible. She is, her work on this movie, I think she's a photographer and she took this on. She may have done other movies before. Just watching that movie, absolute beauty everywhere. And it really translates. She recently worked with Florence Welch of Florence and the Machine on, I think, their newest album.
Okay.
And you can just, the similarities between them. I just love her style.
Nice.
And so, Emma. But back to Sense and Sensibility. I mean, yeah, Jane Austen, Daisy Edgar Jones, great story. Can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Yeah.
So you're watching Evil Dead Burn with me, and I'm watching Sense and Sensibility.
We're gonna make like a Barbenheimer situation where it's like,
Yeah. I wonder, maybe they come out on the same day. Who knows?
Imagine that.
Yeah. Just so you know, I'm down to see that movie though.
Yeah.
Like there inside me there are two wolves, and I genuinely enjoy both sides. So, moving on to the 7th overall pick, I think my 4th pick. This is where I actually switched it up a little bit. It's not a horror movie or a Timothee Chalamet movie.
Okay.
It's a different White Boy of the Year. Actually, I don't know if he ever was a White Boy of the Year winner. Spider-Man Brave New Day, Tom Holland.
Gosh, yes.
I don't know if he's ever White Boy of the Year, but he was certainly nominated. Right?
Was
Maybe. Well,
I don't know.
in my heart. So yeah, this is where the list starts to get hard for me. I mentioned I have like 14 honorable mentions. We'll quickly mention at the end of this. I could have moved a lot of different films in this place, but at the end of the day, I went with Spider-Man because maybe my favorite superhero. He's in the mix. Batman, love Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. I love Superman.
I was about to say
he's back there on
yeah.
the thing. The thing is, I did not care for Superman until this latest movie, and now he's like one of my favorites. I've been rocking with Spider-Man since the Tobey Maguire days. So like
that's fair. That's fair.
I need some time with Soup before I can with Soup. What's the guy from Seinfeld?
Oh yeah, I don't know his name, but yeah.
Well, that's the type of stuff you would say. Yeah, so I'll say this. I think Tom Holland is my favorite live action Spider-Man. I think this is not an original take. People have said this before, but he's like the best combination of Peter and Spider-Man. He does the Peter Parker well. He does Spider-Man well. The previous Spider-Men did one or the other. Tobey was a good Peter, wasn't a great Spider-Man. Andrew was a great Spider-Man, not a great Peter. I think Tom does both well. Interested to see what's going to happen with him getting... You haven't seen the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, this is going to be a very small spoiler for you. Not really. It's going to be vague. I'm interested what this movie will look like, considering that it's almost a soft reset for the character after the events of No Way Home. No idea where they're going to go with him. Sadie Sink being added to the cast. Huge fan of her. John Bernthal, Michael Mando are joining the cast. I'm not entirely sure why Zendaya and the guy who plays Ned are coming back after the events of No Way Home. I guess we'll see what happens there. But yeah, again, I don't know what direction this is going to go in. I just hope that it's a self-contained Spider-Man story, that it doesn't go too far into like Avengers Doomsday and everything that's going to happen with that. Because I think if you give us a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man movie that is its own, contained story, it honestly could be the best Marvel movie of the year. It could end up being better than Doomsday, even though Doomsday is the one people are more excited for. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Love Spider-Man. Listen, if Beyond the Spider-Verse was coming out this year, that would have been the Spider-Man movie I went with. But I'll take what I can get.
Wasn't it supposed to, and they just kept pushing it back to like 2027, right? Yeah.
I feel like it was supposed to come out last year.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
I could be wrong on that.
Probably,
but yeah. So that's all I got on Spider-Man.
Nice.
One day you'll watch at least Homecoming, I think.
I would like
Far
to.
From Home.
Yeah.
You would have to watch Homecoming and then at least No Way Home.
Okay.
And then we could watch Brave New Day in the summer, but we'll get
movies
there.
with home in the title.
Like,
which one is it?
we'll get you there.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie yet.
No.
But
I will say I've never watched any Spider-Man movie, but for some reason, Andrew
You've seen
Garfield.
the animated.
Oh, the animated.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes, the animated ones, which are amazing. But I've always gravitated toward Andrew Garfield, and so now this is why I want to watch, the Tom Holland ones especially.
Yeah.
And the OGs someday.
Andrew Garfield, I love as an actor. It's hard not to gravitate towards him.
Yeah.
But I haven't, and to be fair, I haven't watched the Amazing Spider-Man movies in a long time, but I remember not being too into him as Spider-Man, but he's a great actor. So
yes.
I believe that takes us to the 8th pick. So you have 2 more picks left.
I have 2. Oh, nice.
Or no.
Wait.
Yeah, no, you have 2 more because sorry, I'm cheating. I'm looking at her list.
It's okay.
But you do have 2 more because I stole Dune from you.
I see. All right.
And her top 5. She has her top 5 listed, but I stole one of her picks.
My next pick, Practical Magic 2.
Yeah.
What can I say? I watched the first Practical Magic, I think it was a couple of years ago. I saw it trending a lot on Instagram, with the fall aesthetic, and I absolutely loved it. It's silly at times, yes, but it is such a cozy movie. It's so, the whimsy goth.
Yeah.
That aesthetic is just all over the place in this movie in the best way. Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock, knock it out of the park. It's a fun movie, and I'm excited to see where they take this next one, because it's been quite a few years since the first one. And I remember hearing the news, and I honestly thought it was just fake news. I thought it was like the discussing fish account on Twitter, but no, they're back, and I think a lot of the original cast is coming back too, which is nice. And just we'll see where they take the story next, because I don't want to spoil anything, but I did hear that one character from the first movie is not making it, which is intriguing, because I thought that they would make it after, everything that occurred.
I don't know who you're talking about, but
No,
don't spoil it just for anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone watches our podcast yet, but in the future, maybe people will. So
yeah, maybe.
I don't want to spoil it for them.
Right,
we can talk about it off camera, but you showed me Practical Magic. This is my first time. It was my first time watching it this October, I believe. I had heard of it. I love Halloween, any fall aesthetic movie. It's my first time watching it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. You mentioned the whimsy. It's a crazy idea for like a romantic story, but it works, and it's really great. And I have no idea where a sequel will go, but I'll be there to see it. Why not? Listen, we've had a couple like classic, not even franchises, but like classic fall kind of like kid horror movies, Halloween movies, get rebooted over the last few years, or just sequels have happened. Hocus Pocus, Beetlejuice. Won't say it a third time. And it's just, we've seen movies, we've seen examples of this work recently, and so let's see if they can make it a third one. Let's see if we can do it again. Yeah,
I'm hoping, based off of what I've seen, fingers crossed, it seems like they're staying true to like the essence of the story and everything. So we'll see. But
I'm excited for that. And now we have my last pick, number 9 on the list. I gotta go Godzilla -0. I gotta go Godzilla -0. Now, she's laughing because Godzilla has taken over our lives in the last few weeks.
It has.
My Instagram reel feed has just been full of Godzilla memes and videos, and just like...
Sorry to interrupt. I have to give a shout out to Damien Zilla on Instagram. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
I get his reels all the time, and I send them to you all the time. So shout out to him.
There's a whole just world out there of like the Godzilla side of the internet, and it's fantastic. It's made me realize how Godzilla has played like a sneaky role in my childhood and life. He's kind of always been there.
Oh
like, I can't remember a time when I wasn't a Godzilla fan. I've never been like a super fan, but I've always liked Godzilla. Like, and it's been around as long as I've been alive. And I played the hell out of this like fighting game that they had on the PS2. I used to watch when I was a kid. I watched a ton of the classic movies. I don't remember which ones because there's like 30 of them, but I've seen a bunch of them. I've always been fascinated by like giant creatures. I just find that really scary for some reason. It's like my caveman mind is like, whoa, that's so big. Like, that's scary. And Godzilla's not always scary. Sometimes he's the good guy. This franchise has so many different like subgenres that you can choose from. But Godzilla Minus One, the previous film,
Oh yeah.
that's scary Godzilla done to perfection. I mean, that thing is terrifying. It is mean. It is evil. It is just causing straight pure destruction the entire movie. From the monster design itself, getting this back for another movie, I'm excited. But then the main thing that makes that movie stand out is the characters. It's the fact that not only do you have the big giant spectacle of like, oh my god, Godzilla looks so cool and badass and he's destroying everything, but the characters are really at the forefront and you care about them and you're invested in their story. And when you're able to combine that spectacle with those themes, it makes for a really awesome experience. I did not get to see Godzilla Minus One in theaters. I am very excited to hopefully, knock on wood, see this one in theaters. And we're going to be locked in for Godzilla Summer because we plan on watching at least some of these movies because you've never seen any Godzilla
I have
movie,
not.
right?
No, and I really, really, really want to see as many as we can. But I know I told you this. I especially want to see the ones with the cute Godzilla, the old school Godzilla, the one where his tail is
in the rubber suit. Where it's a guy in a rubber suit and he jumps and he's doing the kick.
I need to see that.
We'll do the Godzilla dance, whatever that is. And yeah, so if anyone is watching or listening and knows which Godzilla movie is the best one to watch, let us know because I've seen a number of them. I have a list of my own, but any of the ones that aren't the obvious ones, I should say. We know Minus One, Shin Godzilla. Like, give me like some of the weird, obscure ones, like she said, that are fun. Recommend that in the comments if you happen to know. But that's my top 5. Now let's hear Samra's final pick and the end of her top 5.
All right. Okay.
You got to choose from your honorable mentions.
I have to. This is tough because I know we talked about this. 2026 is such an intriguing year for movies.
Yeah, we should have said that at the top.
Yeah,
there's a lot of really good movies coming out in 2026.
Really good movies. I was telling him, I was just going down the list on all these websites like IMDb, and I'm like, what the heck? I did not know that all of these were coming out this year, but I'm very excited. Okay, this is hard, but I think I'm gonna go with.
Drum roll.
Oh my gosh. Ready or Not 2. Here I come.
Ooh, good pick. Good pick.
Thank you.
Can I say I'm cheating? I'm looking at her honorable mention, so I was curious which one she would pick. She has about 10 of them.
Yeah.
Ready or Not 2, Here We Come, Sigourney Weaver, Catherine Newton, My Girl, Let's Go.
Oh gosh. And Samara.
Oh, I literally always, I'm sorry guys. I said that with so much confidence. I always say Sigourney Weaver. It's Samara Weaving, right? Samara Weaving. Yep. I know that they're two separate people, very different ages.
I love
their
Avatar.
names are similar enough that it gets me. Sigourney Weaver is also a legend, absolute go.
Oh,
but yes, Samara Weaving, sorry. Catherine Newton, you just looked up the cast. I'm really excited. This is the type of this is your pick. Sorry, I'm stepping on your takes, but like this is the type of idea for a movie that you can do a sequel for and like still make it pretty interesting. Like I'll just go see those movies as long as they make them because it's funny. It's kind of Knives Out, Eat the Rich coded, but in like a horror way, which I know people are tired of the Eat the Rich subgenre. I still find them funny and entertaining.
Keep them
coming,
I'm there.
Please.
Yeah. Please keep them coming. Yeah. I mean, I want to watch. I'm definitely going to try and rewatch the first one before this one comes out. Same. But it's been so long since the first one came out and since I watched it, and it's still stayed with me. I just remember coming away from it after watching, like, that was so much fun, so intriguing. Like you said, I like the Knives Out comparison with Eat the Rich and everything. I can't wait. I can't wait. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. That was one of my honorable mentions. I'm very excited for that movie. Interested to see what direction they go with it, because are they basically just going to reheat their nachos and do like the same type of movie, or what type of twists and turns are they going to introduce to it? I'm interested in seeing. I
will say, sorry,
no,
not to talk
first.
over you, but I was just going to say, I do think it's interesting. It's been quite some time since the first one. I thought, I know
2016?
2016, I think
wow,
so.
Yeah.
So 10 years. Yeah.
Damn.
And I remember people saying if there's ever a sequel, they should name it Ready or Not, Here I Come. And
that's what it's Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, right?
Yeah.
So they took the coward's way out.
I think it's funny that it's Ready or Not 2.
Yeah.
Like, just,
they could have just said Ready or Not, Here I Come. It's the now you see me, now you don't type of whatever. At least they half committed to it. I guess you can give them credit where it's due. True. But yeah, that's my so that's our top 10. We're gonna get into a few honorable mentions here, which we're gonna hit on those pretty quick. But I just want to list out now for everyone listening. or the 20 people who listen to this so far. Our top 10 is Dune Part 3, The Odyssey, Resident Evil, Werewolf, Evil Dead Burn, Sense and Sensibility, Spider-Man Brave New Day, Practical Magic 2, Godzilla Minus Zero, and then Ready or Not, Here We Come. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a pretty solid top 10. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
The fact that we did it in the draft order got very different genres included, which I appreciate. I think it turned into a really good list.
I think so too. Yeah.
Let's get into these honorable mentions. Ooh. Now, you had, I think, 10 of them. You picked one for your list now, so you have 9.
Yes.
And I had, 14? Many of them are the same.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'll just start reading off some of mine. Avengers Doomsday, which, some people might be completely shocked that we haven't even really mentioned or referenced. I am very excited for Avengers Doomsday. I am actually someone who, while I'm not thrilled that Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom, I have been someone who's let's give it a chance. Let's you know this about me. Mm-hmm. I don't like preemptively hating on things, at least as often as I can. I avoid doing that. Whenever something comes out, I'm I'll give that a chance. I'm not going to hate it before I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people hate on RDJ being Doctor Doom. I'm let's give it a chance. He's a good actor. Maybe it'll suck. And if it sucks, I'll hate on it then. But I'm willing to give it a chance. Do I think it reeks of desperation bringing all the main characters back because they haven't been able to, continue this franchise in any interesting way? Sure. Could it still be amazing? Maybe. So Avengers Doomsday, she hasn't seen any Avengers movies. So
I have not, except, my knowledge in this area is not so grand. The one that we saw with Florence Pugh. Oh my gosh.
Thunderbolts.
Is that part of the same universe? Mm-hmm. Too many people hated on that one. I thought that was incredible. I was locked in for that.
Yeah.
You can ask him.
Yeah, it was good. I think a lot of people hated it because, again, I think there are people who just hate the MCU, but I think real MCU ball knowers enjoyed Thunderbolts.
I guess I'm a real MCU ball knower.
You're a real ball knower. I'll let you pick. Let's just go back and forth honorable mentions. We don't have to go in depth on anything.
I'll just go, I'll go in order. So the next one's Supergirl.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Supergirl.
Very excited.
I mean, just the little snippet of her in Superman.
Yeah. It's super funny. Yeah. Millie seems like she's going to be great in that role. And
Crypto. Can't wait to see him again.
Crypto's back. I'm excited. Can't wait to see, where that story goes, where the DCU continues to expand. So I'm excited for that. My next honorable mention, I had Return of the Living Dead, which is I think it's a sequel to the original Return of the Living Dead, or that's the name of the movie, I think, right? Return of the Living Dead. They have the same exact movies. It always confuses me when there's multiple movies under the same name. But Tom Matthews in the original film, one of my favorite horror comedies, great zombie movie. You will watch that at some point. I'll force you to watch it. And they're making a new one with Tom Matthews coming back, so I'm very excited for that. Nice. Your next honorable mention is the same one as mine. I'll let you take it away.
Project Hail Mary. What can I say? Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. I've heard this book is incredible.
Yeah, I still have to read it. I heard that the runtime is now going to be 2 hours and 46 minutes. Yeah. Something like that. Getting rave reviews so far. So, we'll see.
Could be a big hit. Definitely excited for that one. Mm-hmm. I also had Ready or Not 2. Here I come on my honorable mentions. Mm-hmm. I have Lee Cronin's The Mummy on my honorable mention. Ooh. So we got Nosferatu last year. We're getting Werewolf later this year. And we're also getting The Mummy, a reboot. Can't wait to see what that's going to be like.
Heck yeah.
I also had Werewolf and Supergirl on my honorable mentions.
Nice. All right, next one. Digger, Tom Cruise, directed by Ale... Oh my God. Iñárritu.
Yeah.
The Revenant director.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, The Revenant's one of her favorite movies of all time.
So great.
Tom Cruise, off the court, I understand he's a little bit of a weirdo.
Yes.
But on the silver screen...
A star.
He can ball. So I'll be there. I also had that one in my honorable mentions.
Also, we have to talk about the movie poster for that one.
Interesting, yeah.
Incredible.
I like it. Done. Classic. It feels very classic.
Very classic, yep.
Next up, I had a movie that's not even on your honorable mentions. Oh. It's coming out very soon, so I guess maybe you weren't thinking of including it.
Which one?
But Wuthering Heights. Now.
Okay, I did not include it because
we're about to see it in 2 weeks. I want to be clear, though, because I know this movie already has a lot of people that are preemptively hating on it, preemptively boycotting it. I have not read the source material. I honestly don't even really know what the exact what's happening there as far as like not casting the correct people for their roles. I have no familiarity with the original story, so I'm ignorant on that. With that being said, I think the trailer looks good. So we're gonna watch the movie. We'll see if we end up liking it. I will look deeper into where they went wrong with the adaptation. But as I said earlier, I don't really like hating things before I've seen them. I'm gonna give this one a chance, and I think the trailer looks good.
Same here. And I've heard. Well, first of all, I just have to say I can't believe I didn't have that in my honorable mentions. Charlie XCX would be so disappointed in me right now. I've been listening to her songs that have released so far like crazy. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I've heard very similar things about the director, Emerald Fennell, I believe her name is.
Yeah, I've heard she's controversial. And I don't know why. I haven't looked into it.
I think she did Promising Young Woman, which I watched and I liked, and then Saltburn, which I still
Saltburn. Yeah, I've heard things about that one.
But listen, after watching Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein,
yes, I was going to mention that.
Sign me up.
Yeah, we're big fans of Jacob Elordi now. We really loved him as Frankenstein's monster.
I hope he wins Best Supporting Actor.
I'm right there. I'm right there with it. Next up, it's your pick.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, you can cut this. Should we stop until he stops?
It's okay. My dog is scratching. It'll be okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
okay.
I would say just go for it.
All right. Can I jump around on my list?
Yeah, go ahead. Go wherever you want with it.
Jackass 5.
Yeah. So just you left out Wuthering Heights. I left out Jackass 5. Now you can't see it, but we got all three. The first three movies are up there. We got the Blu-ray Jackass 3. I grew up on Jackass. Johnny Knoxville is like basically my Jesus. So like I'm there. They're coming back. I'm there. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I think we have such a nice connection with the movies, considering last summer when you showed those movies to me. We watched them while we were in Michigan on a trip. I will never ever forget the segment, I think it's in the first
From the first
movie where Johnny Knoxville has those rollerblades with firecrackers attached to them.
Like sparklers.
Sparklers. I kid you not, you know this already. I have a screen recording of that clip on my phone that whenever I'm feeling down, stressed, I just watch that and it makes me happy.
It's just like we don't make movies like this anymore, and so that's why I'm glad that someone at least is still making them. And yeah, I can't wait. That's a movie that I hope that we get to see the day it releases in theaters with a packed crowd and just everyone's like in shock, laughing at what we're seeing. Next up, I'm just going in random order. By the way, I should have mentioned that these honorable mentions are not in any particular order. A movie that I see that you also have, Scary Movie 6. Why not? Speaking of just dumb fun on the movie screen, let's do it. That's basically all I have to say for that. Nice. We're already 43 minutes in, so I figured let's just get these going.
All right.
Go ahead.
The Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping.
I think this is the first one that you've mentioned that I did not have on my honorable mention. Ooh. And I don't dislike The Hunger Games. I figured you would have it, and I was like, I have a thing. I don't really love prequels all that much. So I'm like, another prequel, guys. Like, can we advance the story? I'll still be there to see it, still appreciate the franchise. I was like, I'll let her have something that's hers instead of just being like, we have the same exact list.
Ray Fiennes. That's all I'll say.
He's in this?
He's going to be in it.
Okay, it's on my list now. No, okay, I actually didn't know he was in this.
He's President Snow, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
That's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer.
Oh, yeah, it's on. But yeah, so good pick. I had a feeling you would pick that one. Let's see. Disclosure Day. Did you also have that?
I did not,
So that's the new Spielberg movie. Mm-hmm. Good trailer. Have no idea what it's about, but Josh O'Connor, Emily Blunt. I'm there.
Heck yeah. On a similar note, not with aliens, but with the cast, the drama A24, starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Very vague so far with the trailer, the premise, and I love that. I will eat that up. A couple who's about to get married. Something's off. Something's going on. Can't wait to see what is.
I saw that on your list, and the whole time I was like, the drama. What is that? And then as soon as you said Zendaya, Robert Pattinson. So interested to see that one. I have Clayface on my honorable mentions, which is a villain origin story movie in the DCU, written by Mike Flanagan. I don't think it's directed by him. Maybe it's also directed, but I know it was written by him, and they said it's basically a straight horror movie set in the DCU. In the Batman, Superman. I don't know if it's like the Reeves Batman or if it's going to be connected to Superman, but I'm interested
there.
in seeing it.
Yeah.
I also had Bigger and Practical Magic 2 in my honorable mentions.
Nice. This is the last one for me. The
Same
Social
here.
Reckoning.
Yep, we both had it. It's our last one.
Continuation, yeah.
The Social Reckoning. We actually just talked about this movie recently because we were going on a venting session about social media and Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook and how the social network is pretty mean to him. And at the time, it felt like it was pretty mean to him. But now we look back at it, and I'm like, they maybe should have been a lot meaner. Maybe we should be a lot meaner to Mark Zuckerberg moving forward. And so I'm very interested to see what the Social Reckoning will be about. Even just that the title implies that it's probably going to be a little more harsh. But I'm interested to see it. Listen, Social Network's one of the most well-written films of the 21st century, and so I'm excited to see it again. See where they got with this new one.
And just confirming, I believe, Aaron Sorkin is coming back to direct this one. So can't wait. Mikey Madison is joining the cast. Can't wait to see who she's playing. And I just can't wait. I hope they're mean to him in this one.
I hope they're mean to him. And on that note, I think that's all we have. So there's our top 10 plus an additional 20 movies that we just talked about.
We're very excited.
We're very excited for 2026. We're going to try and do, I don't know if I mentioned this after our first podcast, but we're aiming for, about weekly episodes here with the podcast. We'll be reviewing new movies. We'll be reviewing classic movies. We'll do fun videos like this. And so if you enjoyed this and you made it all the way to the end, you must have enjoyed it at least a little bit. Drop a like, leave us a comment with your most anticipated movie. Please subscribe as we're just starting out and trying to get this off the ground. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.